Folks, One Rental at a Time is a different channel because we bring on experts and with experience across the landscape. The gentleman we have here, Mr. Stephen Dow, has also personally helped me get 30-year money on apartment buildings. I told you to do it back in the day, folks. It is, and it's still possible. It's helped
Right.
me with an office building and some other stuff. But I want to talk about what are the One Rental at a Time fans doing with Stephen Dow, doing with Velocity Mortgage. Before we get into that, we got to hit the marketing thing so I don't get in trouble.
Okay. Well, again, although I work very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel are that of my own. So let's get it going.
Yeah. So last week, you and I kind of reminded the audience of blanket loans, 90% CLTV, your fix and flip programs, a lot of things that have been helping ORET fans for several years. I thought you and I should do something we haven't done in a while is, talk about the last 90 days or so. And, you know, the ORET fans that are reaching out, what are they doing? What are the fans doing? What kind of deals they getting done? Are they having success? What's going on in the ORET community?
Right. Well, it took a little bit of an adjustment period because, again, with rates kind of, shooting up so quickly in such a short period
Yeah.
of time, I think it took a lot of people by surprise because they were basing their old, spreadsheets on like old numbers
Yeah.
or rates in the past. And so they had to adjust. And a lot of pricing is started to adjust as well, as far as like wishful pricing. Some of those have come down. You're seeing, price drops in certain markets and much more motivated sellers knowing that, there's not many options given the current, financing market. Like you said, there's two markets: there's the real estate and then the lending market as well, which does impact
Exactly.
the flow. So primarily, what a lot of the bars are doing, just because of where rates are at, they're typically lower price range loans,
Okay.
which I could still help, and not many lenders will kind of go all the way down to a certain loan amount just because they feel it to be too small of a fish to kind of
Sure.
be profitable. We can do that. We also do portfolio or blanket loans. So in the instance where it even drops below my normal minimum requirement for one individual loan, we could still do a blanket or portfolio loan by combining those smaller loans into one larger loan. So from that standpoint, that's what I'm primarily doing most of. Actually, people are still doing fix and flips. They're still
Yeah.
finding, diamonds in the rough, type situations. And so we're still doing those. We're still doing them for first time flippers as well, which
Okay.
many lenders don't do. Um, and the fact that we can allow you to tap into your equity much sooner, whereas in comparison to conventional, you normally need 12 months seasoning or
Yeah, they
ownership on the
changed it.
property.
12
Right.
months.
It used to be 6 to
Yeah.
12. Well, with us, it is actually 12 months. However, there's a caveat to that. In the case where you actually did some rehab to the property after the initial purchase, and you kept a good paper trail of the, before and after pictures or paid invoices to licensed contractors, things of that nature. And if there's enough sales comps to support the higher after rehab value, we'll recognize it as soon as the completion of the work is done. I mean,
Yeah.
Christy I don't want to give away her name, but
No.
one of the one rental time
Yep.
family, husband and wife bought the house all cash. Husband did all the work, finished it in a month and a half, almost a year, a month two. We put the loan in process, and in under 18 days, we pulled all her cash that she used
Yeah.
to buy the property, all the rehab money, and cash out because we used the higher appraised value, less than 2 months of ownership.
Yeah. This, I love the One Rental at a Time community because if you stay with me for more than a couple of weeks, you
Mm-hmm.
know that I just talk about doing the work, focus, daily
Right.
discipline. I don't tell you it's easy. I do tell you it eventually pays off. I
Right.
do think what we're starting to see, and shout out, you said Christy, right? Christy,
Right. Yep.
congratulations to you and your husband.
Christy M.
Yeah, I think what we're starting to see now is the ugly ducklings, the beater homes, the beater fourplexes, the ones that don't smell good for FHA, VA, conventional loans.
Mm-hmm.
Those sellers know they have a problem
Mm-hmm.
and they give us opportunities. So again, we're going to talk a lot more about this in video number 2 because I'm excited for the One Rental at a Time community.
Mm-hmm.
I think the next year will be better than the last year. Yes, it's hard for owner occupants. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
real estate agents, it's going to suck. But investors, I
Mm-hmm.
think the next year will be better than the last. I think you will have more motivated sellers. I think you have more creativity. I
Yes.
know your 90% CLTV or what we call the 50-40-10 is amazing. I think
Mm-hmm.
many people have done it already. Congrats. I think many
Right.
more will, but they got
Mm-hmm.
to play, they got to work with a make sense lender. Blanket
Right.
loans, very few do.
Right.
90% CLTV, almost nobody does.
Right.
Somebody that gets you in and out of a fix and flip without 12 months of seasoning, almost
Right.
unheard of.
Right.
Um, so I'm really happy to see the one rental at a time community is um, obviously doing the work,
Hmm.
but also reaching out to lenders such as yourself and others to realize the lending market's hard and they got to
Yeah.
communicate. So I'm
Agreed.
encouraged.
No, to use an analogy, Mike, you're like basically telling people where Home Depot is, as far as like, hey, all the one rental time family, they're all trying to build houses, right? It's not
Mm.
going to be easy, right? It's going to take a lot of work, but you're just like, hey, go to Home Depot. Here's all the tools you need over here to help you build this house. And so people actually they have to go to Home Depot and get the tool and then start building. But no, that's the one thing about the one rental time, group or family. They all do the work. They realize that it can be done. They've seen it themselves. I think they take a lot of, inspiration and motivation from watching yourselves and other people from the channel. So, and then the Facebook group, because I'm part of that
Mm.
as well. It's
Yeah.
really nice. The
Dude, that
synergy and
private
the support.
face that is so
Yeah,
amazing. All the
it
pictures,
is.
the deals getting done. Like some of those houses people are showing here recently. Oh man,
Yeah. Right.
shout out to them. It's
Shout out to Keto. Shout out to
yeah,
Brandon. Shout out to,
yeah. If I
lots of
ever
guys
want
on
to
there doing the
smile,
work.
I go to that Facebook
Rich,
group. Yeah.
agreed. I mean, all you ever do, I mean, every day I check on it, but it's usually somebody's on there like, oh, we just got our second place, and oh, look at our third one, and
Yeah,
they got
yeah,
the kids in the picture, they're at escrow signing, and
yeah,
the kids are like, yes, this is my college money, you know what I mean?
yeah. College buddy, yay!
Right? Yeah, I can retire when I get out of high school. Yay, thanks, mom. So,
Yeah, again, I being a make sense lender, frankly, being a public company, which Velocity is, gives you different
mm,
access. You're not just dealing with a single warehouse line or some other
mm,
private fund. You have
right.
access to other capital, which is a strength, and experience. Um, so again, 30-year money on apartments. I still can't believe that. I mean, I still remember the first time you told me that.
I
I still
remember
get,
it was an
I
eight.
still,
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
And you're like, really, really? And it took a couple of weeks because then I was like, hey, oh, Mike, let's not don't just talk the talk. Let's walk the
Let's
walk. Let's
go. Yeah,
show
yeah,
them
yeah,
that it's for real.
yeah,
I'm sure you got one you want to check out. So then, sure
yeah. Of
enough,
course.
we did the first one. You're like, whoa, well, that was pretty
Let's do
easy.
that
How about
again.
this one? Yeah, yeah, let's do it again. I was like, yeah, I'll do it again. So
Yeah, that was pretty fun.
yeah,
Again, folks, Velocity Mortgage is there for you. You got to communicate with Steven, tell him what you're doing, see if he can help. If he
hmm,
can, he'll tell you. If he can't, he'll tell you.
yep.
Steven, how should they reach out to see add another lender to their portfolio?
Yeah, best way right now, email. That's going to be sdao@velocitymortgage.com. In the subject line, please remember to put the acronym ORAAT. That's two A's for at a time. And then in the body of the email, brief description, maybe what you're looking for. Address would be great, or at least the city and state where you're looking to get the financing in. Maybe your mid-FICO score and the best number to reach you at. And typically 24, 40 hours, I'll be in touch.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike.